What's up guys? I recently took a trip down memory lane and realized that some of my favorite games were all about one thing: destruction. Take Moby Dick 2 for example. There's no complex questline or intricate main story, just one objective: achieve pure destruction. Sink ships, eat sailors, you can even have aliens for dessert. It's absolute chaos and I love it. But these days, it feels like there aren't many games where you can truly let loose and embrace being an unhinged killer. Now, it's all about hyper-realistic graphics, tight FPS mechanics, and making sure the games aren't too scary because, you know, mommy, I'm scared. So, I made it my mission to create a game where I could unleash the monster inside of me. And what better way to do that than by becoming a werewolf and tearing waves of villagers to shreds. Let's dive in and see how I made it happen. I divided this project into 4 steps: player, enemies, buildings, and most excitingly, GORE. First things first, player. As always, it all starts with a cube. Instead of pressing keys to move, I decided to make the player move by following the mouse. This way, the movement is much more intuitive and simple. To attack, you press the left mouse button, which activates the attack zone. Anything within the attack zone will take damage. Now, we can't really see what is going on, so let's draw some clothes and put them on. Much better. I added a health bar to our werewolf, a hunger bar, so if you don't eat, you'll begin to starve, and an ability bar. Since I want my game to be wave based, for every wave you complete, you'll earn points that you can use to upgrade your werewolf. These upgrades can increase your health, speed, and damage, and even unlock special abilities.
Wow.
When the ability bar is full, you can unleash your chosen power. And that's our player done. Time for the enemies. I created 6 enemies. Villager, a ground-based enemy that pokes the player with a pitchfork when in range. Hunter, a ranged enemy that shoots bullets at the player. Fox, similar to the villager but faster. Priest, a mage-like enemy that charges up a ball of magic which explodes and deals damage to a large area. Witch, a special enemy that spawns skeletons when not in range. When in range, it spawns fire that deals damage around the player. Skeleton, similar to the villager but with less health. All of these enemies actively hunt down the player. Next step is the buildings. I created 6 buildings. Moon Shrine. Here you can use your earned points to upgrade your werewolf after every wave. Castle, inspired by Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. This is the structure you must protect. Instead of a garden, you'll defend a castle. Structure Point, a place where you can build helpful structures to aid in fighting the villagers. Crossbow, a turret that shoots at enemies in range. Moonflower, a flower that heals your werewolf when it's nearby. Bunny Farm, a farm that spawns bunnies which can be eaten to reduce hunger. I also took the time to create the environment, a dark, gloomy world filled with fog. Now, the last step, GORE. Let's be honest, what's a game about being a rampaging werewolf without some over-the-top gore? I decided to implement gore not just for the shock value, but because it adds an undeniable charm and sense of catharsis to the gameplay. When you're slashing through waves of enemies, the blood splatter, dismemberment, and chaos makes every attack feel impactful and satisfying. When you rip through a villager and see them explode into pieces, it's like the game is saying, yes, you're a monster and you're doing great. Plus, the gore adds to the overall atmosphere. And that's it guys. Now, yes, it still needs a lot of work. Even though I added an environment, it still looks kind of empty. I also haven't figured out the wave system yet, but that will be for another video. If you'd like me to make a part 2, smash that like button. That's all for today guys. Till next time, don't forget to do your homework.